Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and we're doing another outfit guide. Today we're taking a look at famous gunslinger Charlie Prince, a character from the 2007 Russell Crowe Christian Bale Western film 3:10 to Yuma. It's actually a remake, but it's actually a really good film that I seriously recommend watching because it sounds like a lot of people out there haven't actually ever seen this movie. And like I said, even though it's a remake, it's definitely a really good one. But yeah, this character is kind of one of Russell Crowe's henchmen, I guess you could call him, and he's definitely the gunslinger of the group. Well, I mean, I guess other than Russell Crowe, who's supposed to be just ungodly good with guns. And so we're going to be taking a look at this character today because we can actually recreate him decently well in the game. So let's just dive on into it with guns. So the character of Charlie Prince dual wields two Schofield Model 3 45 caliber revolvers. Definitely an interesting choice, but definitely one that I think fits very well with the character because he's given this sort of Jesse James slash... I mean, if you're going to compare him to someone from Red Dead Redemption 2, definitely Micah Bell. He's definitely got like that sort of a vibe to him. But anyway, this is how his guns look in the movie. And actually, we're able to recreate it pretty dang well, honestly. They look almost identical to the ones that he wears in the movie. Like I said, he dual wields these, so you're going to need two of them. He wears them in butt-forward holsters, much like a lot of your famous gunslinger types in movies and history, and also games. But yeah, this is how we're going to make them. So it's going to be the short barrel, improved sights, improved rifling, ironwood grip with the mesquite finish, I think matches the one for the movie the best. And then for the metals, we're going to do blued steel for the barrel and the frame, black steel for the cylinder, and brown steel for the hammer, sight, and trigger. There's going to be no engravings, no carvings. Like I said, these actually look basically identical to the ones from the movies, so it's interesting. You can see some case hardening on his gun, on his guns in the movie, just a little bit right around on the frame, right around the cylinder, which makes sense because on the Schofields, that's where you wanted to because it saw the most stress. Because these are top break revolvers. But yeah, that is basically it because I don't think at any point in the movie do we see him using anything other than these Schofields. I don't think he ever uses a rifle despite the fact that there's Winchesters all over the place in this movie, as well as quite a few other guns. This is actually a great movie for variety. It actually shows quite a bit of variety in firearms in the Old West. Some people are using Colt single action armies. That's true. But you've got people with Spencer repeaters, you've got people with Henrys, you've got people with Winchesters. I think there's a Sharps rifle in this movie. There's two conversion 1851 navies that get used in this movie, all sorts of stuff, and I love it. But for the character of Charlie Prince, just two Schofields made out just like this. So let's move on to the outfit itself. All right, and so here we have the outfit, and honestly, it turned out pretty dang good. So just starting off with hair, we're gonna have a decently short haircut, and then the Reverend beard, because it's the closest. Now his in the movie is a bit shorter, but this is pretty dang close to what it looks like. And we're gonna make both of those a light, either a real light brownish color or like a dirty blonde. I think this is just blonde on here, but it's a real light color like that in the movie. So that's what we're going to want to go with for the character on here. But now let's just go through each item and explain the outfit. So for the hat, we're going to go with the worn out brown version of the stalker hat, and now, well, brownish black version. So in the movie, his hat is black. I would say it doesn't have as much brown on it as this. It's primarily black, and it's just a little bit more floppy in some pictures. In most of them, it doesn't look like that, but in a few pictures, it looks a little floppy, kind of like a felt hat. But for most of it, it looks like this. And the reason I went with this one instead of the clean black variant, is just because this one looks too clean. It looks too clean and sharp. Plus, the worn out version has the band that matches his because he's got a slightly lighter band on it too. So that's the reason I went with this. I checked out some of the other hats like the Drifter hat and then a couple of the Bounty Hunter hats. I didn't really like how most of them looked. So that's why I went with this hat. So for the coat, I ended up going with this white variant of the Durham coat. And now it was down between this white variant and this yellow variant because the one he wears in the movie is clearly either white or slightly off-white, maybe a cream color, but it's also dirty. But this yellow variant I think is just too dark. I think the white variant is definitely closer to what it should look like. Now mind you, the style of this coat isn't exactly perfect. It's very, very similar, but it's not perfect. There is actually a perfect option in the game, and it comes in the style of the Wakeney jacket. So as you can see on screen here, I have a Bounty Hunter outfit. It's the Wakeney. This is the actual exact same style as the one he's wearing in the movie. It doesn't have a pronounced collar on it. It's buttoned all the way up. It looks almost exactly the same. Now mind you, this color isn't perfect, but the style is perfect. But we can't really utilize that at all, so that's why I went with the Durham coat instead. Then for the shirt, now it's hard to say because I don't think we ever actually see his shirt, but you can see see kind of some red stuff sticking out, so I assumed he had a red shirt. He definitely has an open collar, which you can see, so that's why I used the red collar overshirt and I opened up the collar. It's a little bit dirty, so it matches the rest of his outfit, and it's red, so like I said, it matches the accents on his outfit where he's got red stuff sticking out the bottom, and you can kind of see his collar up top, and I'm pretty sure it's red. And that's why I went with this one. You could probably use any red shirt as long as it has a collar that you can open up like this, but I think the red collar overshirt matches it the absolute best. For the gun belt, now his gun belt in the movie is actually pretty plain. It's a plain black gun belt, and his holsters are black quick draw holsters with some like silver studs around the edge and a red, I think it's supposed to be a rose like sewed on each one of them. Obviously we don't have anything that matches that in the game, and we also can't change the holster configuration to make it, you know, quick draw butts out style like he uses. But what we can do is use the black embossed gunslinger belt, which looks kind of fancy. It's black like his, so it's clean and black, so are both of the holsters. It doesn't have the studding or the red on it, but I think it looks pretty dang good, and it matches sort of the, you know, it's a gunslinger belt and he's a gunslinger, so I think it matches that way. And I did not include a custom belt buckle because he doesn't have anything flashy for a belt buckle in the movie. For the pants, I went for this kind of orangish brown variant of the Bandito pants. I couldn't really find anything else that fit even better than this. Out of all, I tried literally every option of every single pair of pants, and I think these ones match the best. They're not absolutely flawless and perfect. The shade is off just a hair, but it's almost exactly perfect. It's got the closest to being perfect as we can get out of any pants in the game to match the orangish brown pants that he wears in the movie. So those are the pants I went with. So for the boots, I went with this brown variant of the Rutherford boots because they kind of, I got a picture of him kind of lying down on the ground, and this is what his boots looked like. Of course, he wears them tucked in, so you can't actually see most of the boot. So you could probably go with any brown boot, if we're being honest, but I think these ones look the best, and that's why I used these. And then as far as spurs are concerned, I couldn't find any pictures where he's actually wearing spurs, so I couldn't tell if he ever actually wore them in the movie, so I just didn't include any. Being a horseman in the West, you'd think he'd wear spurs, but I like I said, I couldn't find any pictures with them wearing any, so that's why I did not include any. If I was going to, I would just match them to the boots. I would make them brown. So that would be basically, I'd probably do the Western Rider spurs and do the brown variant of that if I was going to, but since I couldn't find any pictures of him wearing spurs, I didn't. So yeah, like I said, that's my best attempt at recreating Charlie Prince, and I like this one. I think this one actually turned out pretty dang good. Like I said, the coat's not exactly the right color, and because the collar's open, or the lapels are open and the collar's kind of popped a little bit, it doesn't look exactly the same as his, but I think it's pretty dang close. But that's where we're going to end this video today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you, if you wanted to dress up as Charlie Prince, now you can. So I mean, I don't know if you necessarily want to. Like I said, it's kind of funny because he's almost exactly the same archetype character as Micah Bell from the story, and he dresses very, very similarly. So I find that just to be an interesting coincidence. And also in the movie, he's just a really interesting and compelling character. First of all, he's portrayed really well. Like, the actor did a real great job of portraying this kind of really skilled, really loyal, but kind of crazy gunman guy from the West. So I thought the character was interesting. He definitely stood out more than a lot of the people from the movie. That being said, like I said before, I do recommend 3:10 to Yuma. It's a really good movie. It's very enjoyable, and Christian Bale and Russell Crowe do a great job in that movie. So if you haven't watched, I definitely recommend it. That being said, if you have any recommendations or requests, anything you'd like to see me try to recreate, whether it's from movies, TV shows, or a historical example, definitely let me know down in the comment section. If it's something that's, I mean, I try basically every request that's asked, and if I come up with a good one, then I make a video out of it. If I can't come up with a good one, like recently I tried making Tuco from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I just couldn't come up with anything good, so I didn't make the video. But if I can come up with something even halfway decent, like this, where it looks pretty dang like the character, I'll do it. So definitely leave that in the comment section if you have a request. Then, of course, if you like the video, I of course invite you to leave a like rating to show me and everyone else on YouTube that it is a good video. And then lastly, if you haven't already and you enjoyed my content, I definitely invite you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because that's basically how YouTube works. I mean, if you're on YouTube now, you probably know how it works, so I don't need to explain it any further than that. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.